Welcome to Wellesley, Massachusetts, guys. I am super excited. We are fresh back home from Pondemonium, the largest gathering of pond people in the world, getting together, learning, collaborating, sharing, building, anything you can imagine water feature related, and it was incredible. Myself and the rest of the team, our hair is on fire and we are super pumped to get building, take what we just learned back to our customers' backyards. And this project right now is probably one of the most exciting features we've gotten to do in a long time, and I can't wait to show you why. So come on back with me. So you can see as we walk towards the backyard that this family takes a lot of pride in their outdoor living space. The gardens are gorgeous, everything is manicured, and as we get into the back, you're gonna see why these water features are so important to them. They have an existing water feature right now that is not working, and we're here to change all of that. So we're gonna start right here. This is the existing pond. We've got an old, outdated biological waterfall filter right here. That was the main waterfall for this pond. Over on this side in the middle, there's a hidden spillway box. There was a secondary waterfall that dropped right into the pond right there. You can see a variety of different outdated and non-functioning lights in the pond all over the place. Some shooting up to the sky, some laying down, pointing at a rock. It's a mess. You can see a lot of these small hand-sized stones. Things are starting to shift and collapse. There's exposed liner. That's what happens over time. It hasn't been maintained for a little bit and it's just not working. So our relationship with this homeowner started this spring. We did an exploratory draining clean. That's where we come in to a pond that's brand new to the homeowner or brand new to us and we don't know anything about it yet. We get down to the bottom of it literally and we inspect everything. We see what's missing, what's broken, what could be added, how could we make this better. Anything to do with the water feature and how it functions, we analyze that. We give the homeowner a report, we talk about what's possible. Now this is a space that they really love. They use this to entertain. They bring a lot of veterans here, a lot of cancer patients, different groups of people. They have banquets, they have garden parties, and they use this as a healing place to celebrate life and to just get people outside together in groups enjoying life. So they want to see these things look beautiful, and the key word we keep using together is magical. They want this place to be magic. So we're about to do that for them. This pond, as it fills up, it goes over this negative edge into a stream. That's a stream, a very narrow one that runs all along the back side of this wall, along the patio over here, all along these beautiful arborvitaes, and then it drops down into this lower pond where there's a skimmer. Now you can see that the lower pond is a lot smaller than the upper pond. This is a top-heavy system, so there's a lot of issues with evaporation and water quality. It's just not designed right. It's beautiful. It ran for a long time and did what they needed it to do, but we're about to make it so much better. First off, we're gonna completely eliminate this lower pond. We're gonna rip this out, give ourselves a blank slate, and this is gonna become its own separate fountainscape or pondless feature. We're gonna do some different size stacked slate spheres, a custom cut spillway bowl, and it's just gonna be pondless. They're gonna have all of these elements of water. We're gonna get some vertical height in here so they can enjoy it more from the windows. And it's just gonna be this beautiful crashing water, 360 degrees. You won't be able to see it through the fence, obviously, but all other angles of the backyard, you'll be able to enjoy this water feature. And it's going to complement what we're doing over here. This stream is gonna stay in place, but it's not gonna have water anymore. It's gonna be a dry stream bed. And then when we get to the pond, we're gonna rip out that old waterfall filter, put an oversized one in, and build a brand new, beautiful, natural waterfall. This spillway box in the middle, that's out of here too, and we're gonna put a large custom cut spillway bowl. The goal here is to create as many different water features, waterfalls as possible. A lot of things to look at, especially when this patio is filled with people and everyone's got different places to stand. You're not missing out on the awesome action of moving water. But we're also trying to tie in both features so they don't mirror each other, but there's elements of each in both so that it all ties together and makes sense. So far, we haven't talked about any stacked slate spheres, right? There is one going in here. We're gonna pop these two big boulders out and we're gonna incorporate a medium size stacked slate sphere right here. But the kicker, guys, is it's a fire feature. So not only is it gonna have water pouring on all sides, when they want it to, there's gonna be fire coming out the top. When it's just them hanging out here in the fall or the early spring and they wanna have a fire, it's gonna be their campfire, their little fire pit. When they're entertaining, it's just gonna keep people entertained. It's gonna be a wow factor. At night when they're out here, there's gonna be lights going on. There's lights in all the ponds and then you get the fire. It's just gonna be magic, right? How are we gonna keep this pond from overflowing into the old pond, you're probably asking yourself. To do that, we're gonna have to disassemble this entire section right here. We're gonna get this liner that was part of the stream standing up, and we're gonna make it a self-contained pond. We're gonna put our skimmer in over here that's gonna house the pump. That's gonna run all of this stuff, or pumps, and it's gonna just be a self-contained ecosystem pond. All the debris that falls in here is gonna get whisked away into that skimmer, easily maintained. It's gonna be filtered by itself, and you're not gonna have to worry about all the rest of the run of the stream in the old pond. That's gonna allow us to get all these pine needles collected and out of here, and keep this water quality up and beautiful so they can get fish back in here. That's something they've wanted to do for a long time, but water quality has suffered so much, it's been very acidic, they haven't been able to keep fish. So hopefully we're about to change that for them. So come with me, guys. We're gonna go over here to our staging area. So we're using this corner of the yard to start staging out all of our materials. This right here is that fire stacked slate sphere, which is a tongue twister, by the way. This fire element is gonna be that one incorporated in the pond we were talking about. This is one of the smaller spheres that's gonna go in that standalone fountainscape. We've got our aqua blocks. These are the water storage matrix that are gonna hold all the water underground in that pondless fountainscape feature. We've got a large bowl over here in this box. We've got our medium bowl here, all the stuff we need to make magic happen. We've got our skimmer, our oversized biological waterfall filter, our plumbing, our liner, our rock pad, everything we need. All the raw material right here is gonna be transformed into living art over there.
In the first start of the morning, me and Mason have been working on pulling the rocks out of this top pond here. We're leaving the dry stream that once connected the two ponds, and we're putting some pouring bowls over in this top pond here. Had some behemoths of rocks set on the edge, but we got them out. It's looking good. We're about to pull the liner out and start digging our aqua blocks in. So this is what we've been working with this morning, guys. Give you a little scale here. This is me, 200 pounds. These things are massive. Me and Mason, we pulled them out. We got this edge all set, and now all we have left is a mud pit and a skimmer. Mason's working on pulling the liner up now. We're gonna dig our edge, get our aqua blocks all set and level, and it'll be good.
Lots of fun here.
Lots of fun here. Lots of roots. Well, here we are in a hole in the backyard. This is where the lower, smaller pond was originally located when we started things off this morning, and now it is completely removed, and all that's left of it is this pile of boulders. This is now a pondless waterfall basin, or a fountainscape basin. We've got all of our aqua blocks set to the side over here. This represents close to 250 gallons of water storage that is going to soon be in this hole. This is the pump vault that's gonna go down in that deeper little section. This is what houses the pump that is gonna run this fountainscape. So we've got 3 different features, and we're gonna power all 3 with one pump, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. As I sit here, I reflect on what we got done today, and let me tell you, it was an okay amount of stuff. All right, so we showed you the pondless fountainscape feature over here. We've got the hole excavated. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna drop in our rock pad, our liner, our underliner, put all of these aqua blocks in the vault in place, wrap it up like a pond burrito and backfill, and get ourselves a solid foundation for the sweet fountainscapes that are gonna go on top. So that's gonna happen tomorrow. Today, we also managed to rip out both of the biological waterfall filters off the pond. So that's a good start. There's still a lot of work that has to be done. There's a ton of extra rock that has to get moved around, a bunch of stuff that's fallen down. Definitely needs to be cleaned again. It's gotten really dirty since we were last here in the spring, and we've got to rip apart that tail end and get that liner lifted up and figure out how we're gonna make our skimmer attachment over there. The pond is gonna get chipped away at a little bit tomorrow, but our main focus is gonna be to try to get this thing all in place and put together. One thing at a time, I think. Knock one feature out. So we'll hit this one and then work our way over here to the pond and get that done, and hopefully have both done, up and running by Friday. We are now backfilling our pondless reservoir or our fountainscape basin, whatever you'd like to call it. All of our aqua blocks are in place. We've got rock pad down, then our liner, then a thin fabric. All of our water storage matrix, our pump vault, all burritoed up right now. We call this the pond burrito, and we're going around and we're backfilling this to hold it in place, and we're using sand for that today. So we're gonna get this all locked in, get all the surrounding soil kind of leveled out, pitched the way we want it. We'll unfold everything and we can start to place the fountain features themselves, see what we like, what looks best. Then we can start working on the plumbing for it. Our goal is to get this feature as close to complete as possible today before we start really moving into the pond over there.
So these are my balls right here. I hope you enjoy it. Actually, they're stack slate spheres. We're gonna have her take a look at them, see what she wants. But besides that, we just dug in the biofalls over there. The gentlemen over there are finishing up the aqua basin with all the aqua blocks for our pondless feature to sit on. Yeah, that's where we're at. I should get back to work, so have a good one.
Go ahead. So what do you think, a 6-inch spill on this bad Larry? Yeah. This thing goes, how does this thing go?
Yeah, they're right here.
This way so a power cord can come up and out.
Oh.
So that's where we cut our notch, because it's already there. So if we're gonna do a 6-inch spill, this thing is roughly 2 inches. So I take my measuring tape, I go over, I'll mark where 2 inches is. Do the same thing on this side. So that makes a nice 6-inch weir, looks good. And you wanna kinda cut below this, so we'll come down 1 3/4 inches.
So what are you doing?
Custom cutting a spillway bowl. These are container gardens for patios originally, but we figured out they're way cooler as custom cut water features. So it's something I love to add to ponds, pondless waterfalls, fountainscapes. They just make for super attractive waterfalls, and they add a sense of formal to an otherwise natural feature, and they just blend in so well. So I love using them.
That's what I used to.
So what's this, Jonathan?
A bottom drain.
Why do they have it?
This pond was built in a strange way, so we're gonna get rid of this.
While you guys were sleeping, we backfilled our basin over here. We have our vault set in. We have everything all leveled, and we have our 3 urns nicely set, roughly where they're gonna go when the gravel's in. We have another spillway bowl going in over here. It's custom cut with a little waterfall piece here. Look how cool that is. So this will become a little waterfall in the corner, right off that dry stream, helping pour into that aqua basin, get the water flow going.
I'm pretty sure that this connects to that. You can pull this one. I don't think it's gonna come apart.
Oh, well,
I was wrong.
where does that go?
Do they connect? So we just got done cutting up our custom cut spillway bowl, and I like to go above and beyond and use a color matching paint to touch up where we made our cuts, so it looks like it's always been that way. You can't see where we actually did any work to it. This bowl is ready to be installed. It's going to be part of this fountainscape over here. Over here we've got Cheese and Sixto down in the pond. They are removing the muddy, gross gravel. That's going to get replaced with that river jack as well. And they started disassembling some of that smaller rock work we were talking about. That's going to allow us to set in place our big custom cut spillway bowl and also this oversized biological waterfall filter. And we're going to have everything rebuilt with some larger rocks, and we're going to make some beautiful waterfalls. So from this spillway right here, we're going to have a beautiful natural sheet waterfall dropping into the pond on this end, where that opening right there where that other spillway box was, that's going to get carved out, and we're going to set that large custom cut spillway bowl right into the hillside, and that's going to pour right in with a beautiful sheet waterfall. Where the shop vac is sitting, we're going to pop this rock out and probably that one, do another bib liner. We're going to sink in our stack slate fire sphere that's gonna sit down in, be partially in the water. That is a 360-degree water feature itself with that burner on top with this beautiful tumbled lava rock that they can ignite and have a little campfire whenever they want. Back behind Cheese, you can see that open area of liner. We cut the liner from the old stream section. We folded it over and we started prepping that area. That's where we're gonna dig in our skimmer. That's gonna house the new pump that's gonna run all of these features. And that makes this pond a self-contained ecosystem. It's got biological filtration, it's got mechanical filtration, so that's your skimmer and your biofalls. And then it's gonna have that custom cut spillway bowl and this fire sphere. And it's just gonna be epic. New gravel on the bottom. We're gonna replace a lot of those little hand-sized rocks that Sixto has removed already with some of the bigger boulders that we've got from the lower pond section in this pile over here. And we're just gonna make it look a lot more aesthetically pleasing, more natural, and just like it's always been there.